Marielos says, I get this feeling that every time I meet someone, I become someone I believe they will like. I'm never sure of who I really am. How may I know myself? Very good question, Marielos. The question is, who am I? Who am I that I don't know how to be? Who am I that I try to alter it like a chameleon, depending on who I meet, try to find out what environment I'm in and take the colors of that environment, see what they like, and I try to comply. Why? Because I'm so eager to be liked, to be affirmed. Stop being so eager to be affirmed or to be liked. Like yourself. To like yourself, you got to know who you are. And what am I? Who am I? Are you your looks? Are you your body? Are you the muscles you have chiseled or fit in the gym? Are you the smile that you have? Are you the friends that you have? These are all part of you, maybe, because our entity is in the form of mind and body, not just body. Body, which we spend so much time in the gym and for exercise and for health and take care of it, what we eat, what we don't eat, and what we wear, what we don't. We make it all look the way we can. You know, the suit, you got your guy, you put a suit on, you know, do your best to look fit. You're a lady, you put your dress on, and again, you try to be fit, and all the things you can do to make yourself physically presentable, or the way you like to see yourself, or you think others would prefer such a physical presence. But that's part of you. The other part is the mind, right? The mind and body makes us to be who we are, right? Not quite. That's just apparatus. We have the mind, we have the body. It's like you have the computer. But what about the program? What runs this computer? That's where we get to know what we really are. Otherwise, the physical part of us is like a computer. Many of them have different shapes and look. But what makes them run is what it's really. You see, look, they have the memory, that's the mind. They have the frame and all the other attachment, keyboard and so on, and the screen, that's the body. But then what about the ingredients or content of the memory, of the mind? Just having the memory part, the motherboard, and the rest of the computer, the body, so it has mind and body. But what about the stuff that is in the motherboard, in the memory, the program? We too, mind and the body. And so they're both here. I know the brain is here, the mind is in there. Let's say the activities of mind is in the brain. So we have the brain, we have the body, and we think we're complete. But what about the stuff that is in the mind? Where does that come from? The traditions, the religions, the rules, the customs, the books we read, people we met, auntie, teachers, parents, siblings, friends, the environment we grew up, things that we saw, how it's put together, movies we watched, newspaper we read, the things that happened, how the things were going, where we were raised, all of that, plus the other things that came from our ancestors and somehow got into our genes and come to us. All of that is our center. And then with that equipment, as we grew, we learned from how it started thousands of years ago when a caveman eventually learned the thinking process and the experiences, and then how consciousness was born, which we discussed that before. And all of that brought about the continuation of filling up the content of our consciousness. And then we have thoughts, we have consciousness, then our fears, our ego, desire, understanding all these, all the other things that I just talked about, including cultures and religions and nationalities and so on and so forth, have become our center. That's who we are, not what we drive, what we wear, how we smile, how much money we have. Instead, go inside and learn who you are based on your thoughts and consciousness, fears, desires, and ego. Understand all the mechanism of it. Find out what your order in life is, how you live, what you do, the things that makes you tick, the things that you want to do, your routine. What is your mechanical process in life? What are the things that you do to bring about that psychological security, the elusive psychological security? Things, the groups that you join in order to bring that psychological security to yourself. Yet, by doing that very thing that you think brings psychological security to you by joining this group, then you're supposed to abide by the rule of that group, which that takes away the very freedom and the very psychological security that you were hoping to gain by joining them, become part of a pack. That itself defeats the whole purpose. Knowing all these things, the mechanical process, the order, the psychological security, the center, the traditions, the customs, the tribes and nationalities, and all that, that is you. Now, your capability to switch around and take bits and pieces to play a role in a theater that you've created in presence of these people that you want them to like you is ability of human being. But that doesn't mean how you are is what you are. What you are is what I explained to you. Who you are is what I explained to you. If you focus on that and stick with what it is, and be reasonable. You don't have to disagree with people, but you don't have to just turn around and be a chameleon and be just like them. Because then, in being like them, you're losing yourself. And losing yourself is nothing worse than that. Then you end up thinking, who am I? I just tried to be like somebody else, but I know that's not me. So why am I doing this? Because you want to be affirmed. You want to be confirmed. Stop wanting to be affirmed. Just see if you can affirm them, if you can qualify them. Have a little bit more belief in yourself to stay who you are. If something is not good about you, go ahead, fix it. Learn it, research it, and modify. If something is good about you, then it doesn't matter who is different, who wants you. You are allowing your want for that relationship or them liking you to influence you to let go of who you are and become what they are or looking for, which could be nonsense. So all this time that you spend time to build yourself, you're going to simply switch around just because you want something and you're exchanging what you want to who you are. That's not an amicable trade. What you are is more important than what you want, often, especially in these cases. So don't trade who you are to what you want to, because that gives you what you're looking for that short pleasure. Don't exchange pleasure to who you are. If you remember that alone, that could help you to stay, in most part, you, as we just described. I hope that would be something for you to ponder.